So this is Andrew. I've been working with him online with his low back. He's gotten it maybe like, what, 80% around there. So he came and he really wants to learn. Now he's done with school. He was doing a lot of sitting. He couldn't really commit to the program. So today he's got the summer now and he really wants to learn how to do it properly to fix his low back. So he's here and we're just going to look through now sort of the basic 12 exercises. Well, mainly the 5 exercises for the lower body. And we're going to see if he's ready to move on to the next level. So I'm going to show you today basically for his lower back and his lumbar. And you herniated your disc?
Yes.
So he's got a disc herniation. This takes a while to heal, but we're going to show you today how I'm going to basically take him from the first level to the second level, and then hopefully he's going to be able to get to the third level with me. But today we're going to focus and just see if he passed all my tests. All right, so let's start with the first test here, and let's do the glute fly, and we'll go from there. All right, Andrew, what are you doing wrong here? What's the mistake you're making with your foot?
So,
do you see look at how far in front that is, okay? He's got to be, no, just lay down. I'll just put you in position. But when you're doing this here, I would get a mirror, okay? You got to have that heel in line with your butt. That heel in line with your butt. Okay, go ahead and grab the weight. See how this is in line here with the butt. Keep it there, yeah, okay, go ahead. Keep that angle of your hip. So I'm looking for a nice, look at that, okay? Almost 3 inches forward from, if this is completely vertical, his hip, and he can get his knee to the top or a little bit above the hip. Go ahead. Good. How's that?
Good.
And that's 6 pounds. And look at how much he's shaking. So if you come over top, look at that. Okay, look at him quivering. Ready? Watch. He's up. Hold. All right, so go ahead. So he wants to get to 8 pounds. He could probably, let's go 8 and see how you do. So we're keeping this hip angle here. Good. That's good. I mean, he's there. He's passed the test. It's just, borderline with the weakness. But his range is there, and you feel it all in that half moon shape?
Yeah.
You want to feel it here. Middle side of the butt in a half moon shape. Right through there. If he feels it here, no good. If he feels it up in the TFL, no good. Let's do the other side. So he's got to only feel it there. That's how you know he passes the test. So the person could tell me, oh, yeah, I only feel it there. But if you're not honest with yourself, you're never going to get to where you want. Okay, let's do the other side. Okay, let's see. Forget the pad right now. Put your feet nice and straight. Get into a nice straight line. Nope. Put your feet straight. What does straight mean? Yep. Look at your legs. They're all the way out here. So let's get them here. Good. Now, bend your knees. Yeah. Perfect. That is in line. There you go. Now you're good. So that's your biggest mistake is you let this foot start drifting that way. Okay? So let's bend it back. Good. All right, go with the 8. So we're going to keep that angle. So here, go ahead up. Yeah, that's solid. Up and down. So he's at another level, guys. Like in other videos, go ahead and get a little higher, babe. And get a little bit more over top. So in other videos, you'll see, I have people and they go very low with this, but look at that angle of his hip, right? When he started, go ahead and show him how high you would get. That wants to move. I want you to keep it there. Watch, right to there. And his hip was here. When you start, you might not be able to push it as far forward. So you might just to connect, he had to just go there and hold it. So, that's a whole process that we went through him to be able to do this. That's why you can't just go turn your hip down as hard as you can and then get it up as high as you can. Because you're not going to feel the spot in the initial stages. But this is great. So he passed. Let's move on to the next exercise. And we're going to go clam ups. So now we eliminate this exercise. Now he goes to the higher level exercise, clam ups. If he can't keep his hip in this angle, he can't do this exercise. It's going to go right into the TFL, right in the front of the adductor. So go ahead and lay on your side. Good. Get into a nice straight line with the, look at that. Yeah, good. Okay, bend your legs. Move over this way. Okay, good. Yep. we're here like this. So all we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to line it. Now we're going to take this, we're going to just put a couple inches up from his ankle. And now what he's going to do is, you can hold on to that. That's nice to hold on to. Angle the hips. You don't have to angle the hips as far forward with this technique. And now just lift with your knee, not with your ankle. Go ahead, lift everything off right there. And you want to stay like there's a string or a pole attached from that point where you touch down to here. Keep a little bit of an angle of the hip forward. Notice that's just an inch. It's not as crazy. Arch the back. Right there. Keep that right over top. Yep. And feel here, yeah?
Yeah.
And drop this. There. And look at it shaking. Right there. Do you feel? Good. This heel's going to stay right in line with like the back of the butt. All right, let's do the other side. All right, ready? Go ahead. Hold. And with this, look, he's leading with the knee, so you don't want to flip up. You're going to lose it. All right, you're here, push forward, arch the back a little bit of an angle, and then you lead with the knee. You feel that?
Yeah.
And then back down. As you get better, I just have the client hold for the first like 2 or 3 sessions, and then he can start moving with it. And when you move, lead with the knee. Yep, just like that, up and down. Go ahead. You look pretty good. Right there, that looks perfect. Yep. Good. Yeah. Nice. Yep. Perfect. Feel it?
Yeah.
And then we can add weight as he gets better. You can put the weight here. This is going to be too much for him, but just give it a try. A little harder?
Yeah.
Okay. But you feel it in the right spot.
Yeah.
He's feeling it. If I squeeze my butt, there's a half moon shape. He's feeling here. Not here, not down here, just right in the side, middle side of the butt in that dimple shape, half moon. Okay, rest. Got it?
Yeah.
So we want to build it up to like 7 pounds with that technique right there. But he's just going to, who cares about the weight? It's the connection. So I just wanted you to show that. I'm not going to have him use weight for the next like 2 weeks. All right, that's good. Let's move on. With this technique, he should be able to grab here comfortably, laying on his side. Do you see how the heel now is in line with the center of the butt? Most people set up and they get this way out here like this, and they're not close enough. So here, and he should be able to grab the middle shin comfortably. That's a perfect setup. Good, that's about 15 pounds. Just put both those on there. Or here, we got the ankle weight right here, brother. This will be even easier. He's already passed this test, and then put the other weight on. Yeah, there you go. That's about 15. Good, up and down. He's already passed this test. Now, grab it with the other hand. Nope. Switch hands. Grab it. Good, put it on top. Grab it with that hand. Put here. Roll that back. Head back. Yeah, go ahead, up and down. Now you're going to get a little more twist action. Don't worry about coming up too high. Just focus on the down. And then down. Yeah, do you feel it?
Yeah.
Is that good enough tension?
Yeah.
All right. So that's pretty good. That's like 15 pounds right there. Really, I want him to be able to do 20, but I think he could do 20, just a little shaky. And this stays square, okay? So right there, don't let that move. So if we move that hand, you see how that, I'm not letting that move. I don't want it to move forward. I don't want it to move back. I just want it right here. Yeah, like that. That's good. And it's the same on the other side. If you want to get over there, babe, just to give it a different look. Yep. Okay, rest. That's good. So, mistake I made, I didn't see, but when you start twisting, just take the pad away. You don't need the pad. Helps to internally rotate everything in so you get more of a stretch. But when you start twisting, this actually takes away from it. So, how do I know that? Just by feel. You can feel it when you do it. As soon as, yeah, move that hip back a little bit more. Right there. Go ahead. See what I'm saying? Better without the pad, right?
Yeah.
Get that foot on there. Yeah, go ahead. So that's just more intense. When you don't have the pad there, it increases intensity if you twist. If you don't twist, it's not gonna, the pad is better. So you just gotta remember that. Keep this still. You're leaning it too forward. Right there. Go ahead, drop it. Did you feel it? Yeah. If you don't have to touch your knee. If you feel that hip moving, just don't go all the way down.
Oh yeah.
Okay, up and down. So he's kind of moving that hip forward. It's gotta be right there. That's where he can go to keep it from moving. Go ahead, down. Right there. So it's just totally square. So if you get over top, just to go back right over here, or unless they can see the hip there. So when he was coming down, he was going like this. Okay, we want it to be completely square. Go ahead. Drop. Yeah, feel? That's how you want to do it. So that was the mistake he was making, and then you feel the intensity on that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, take a break.
Here.
Yeah. And push that way, over that way. And up. Good. And down. Yep. And up. And down. Good. No problems?
Yeah.
5. All right. Go ahead. No problems?
Yeah. It just feels like it's stretching.
Okay. Okay, let's do the other side. So like for him, he passed this test. Obviously, there's a little bit more range of motion he could do. But what we generally do is after they get pretty good at the knee drop, we just eliminate the knee drop and then we start going in this power pigeon. Some people are just naturally good on the power pigeon, so you don't even need it. You could just keep doing the knee drop if you want, or you could just eliminate both exercise and just focus on the other glute exercise in our program, like the single leg RDL, or some of the other stuff in the corrective lifting, like the wide thrust. But this one, the clam ups, the wingman, like those are essential. But this just helps to get his range of motion. You don't have any problems with that?
I'm not feeling it on this side.
Okay, so good. So the right side, generally if you're right-handed, look at what happens. Look, every sport I do, or when I go to reach, what do? Power pigeon on that side. Power pigeon on that side. I serve, power pigeon on that side. You're constantly leaning this way. That's why it's so much easier on the left. So on the right side, this is why we move on to this exercise, because it's going to correct that imbalance, because I don't rotate on this side. So my hip doesn't turn this way. So let's go back into this one. Let's get up. Yeah, just go and get up off your leg, your back leg. Okay, so what you're going to do with this side is get way high. Yeah, and fine. Now, fine. You're going to be able, don't worry about twisting right now. Just feel like you go out that way. Nope, not down. Just push your hip that way. There, hold. You feel your glute now?
A little bit.
Just start high, right there. And just be light here, light. Any glute?
A little bit more.
So this is something now we got to start working on. So if you get behind, babe. So his problem is, look, he's set up this way. Come off there. Just stand up. And so when you're doing this here, I'm going to put a pad. One that's just going to lift so he doesn't have to go as high. It's not going to be as hard of an angle. So put the pad underneath. You can also put a towel. Watch right, he's here, which eventually you want, like, you see how I can get here? But you want to push this over. So you want your hands, I'm going to go this, I want to go start him and I want to go over this way. He was like this. Push it out this way. You see what I'm saying? And then eventually you can start working down into this position here. But when I did this, I started like this. Like I had no range of motion whatsoever. Go ahead. So what our goal is for him to find his glute in this position. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Don't try to go so low. Put this pad a little bit more here. And don't try to go so low. Start up higher and then come over this way more. That thing is just so stiff. Feel?
Yeah, I feel it more.
Now he's got it. So this is where he needs to start. And if you get from the side, babe, just to show how high he is off the floor. You feel?
A little less.
Okay. So then push over this way. Right there? That's good?
Yeah.
Then eventually you take the pad away. But he's got to get comfortable here. And you can actually move with this one too, but this is where he wants to start. Okay, rest. So we're taking his hips and we're getting him to rotate the other way, because when you're right-handed sport, your hips constantly rotate this way. Okay, your pelvis gets adjusted like this. This helps to take us and bring it this way, but it's not about stretching here. Yeah, you're going to get a stretch. You want to go where you feel your glute. That's the problem with general pigeon stretch. It turns into this stretch exercise, and then you're not strengthening it to actually get it to rotate the other way. Okay, that's good. Rest. We're gonna do single leg RDL with him. He's been doing it for, are you using weight yet, or what are you doing?
I kind of focused back on the corrective stuff first.
So you didn't do this?
I did before,
How long has it been since you've done it?
at least a month.
So you should have been doing it.
Oh.
So he's going to be super weak on this, all right? So he definitely needs to be doing this. This is part of phase 1 rehab. So this is an add-on as soon as I get his glutes where I want him to be. If someone tries to do this before they do the other 2 exercises and they have all these problems with their glutes and their hips, when you go do this, you're just going to feel TFL, or you're going to feel like really upper glute into your low back. You want to feel in that same half moon shape, a little bit more glute max, but it's still in that general area. So he should be able to do this, no problem. He's just going to be super weak. So right hand, right leg. Why? Because you're going to hold a weight on this side. Go ahead. Right hand, right leg. Bend over, arch your back, arch your back. All right. That knee is going to be over that way. You're a little bit too close into the bench. So let's move over. Yep. Go ahead. Good. I mean, he's just shake. Look at him quiver. You got to lean over, dude. Yeah. Lean. Just stay there. Just stay there. You can't even hold it. Push the. Okay. So take a break. So we're not going to do one hand. We're going to do 2 hands, because if you notice when he was doing this, his knee was going in like this. We're going to just start him so he can keep his knee out this way. And what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 hands. We're going to move this here like this. All right. I'm just going to have him hold right here, just so he has more stability, so he can push out better. Don't try to get this leg way back behind. Just stay right here. The foot can come like to the center of the foot of the other foot. You don't want it to go all the way over here. Eventually you will, later stages, but right now this is good. So 2 hands. Yep. Try to push the knee out. Right there. Hold that. Hold. Look at him. Okay, stop. This is ridiculous. This kid's in his 20s, and he can't even hold a single leg RDL. He wonders why he has low back problems. He's got no glute strength in these major ranges of motion. So for him, he's done all this small muscle work, but this is why you also have to start lifting. Okay, so he just hasn't been lifting at all. I told him to do this. Okay, slap in the face. But now it's going to take him now another 2 months just to build this thing up with weight. He can't even hold it without weight. When you get and especially when you have a low back problem, as soon as you hurt your disc, then you have neural damage. Your nerve aren't functioning as efficiently to the muscles. So that's why you see him shake here as well. So it's really important that he starts restoring his strength with squats and everything else. So go ahead, let's do it again. Jeez. Just stay down. Just bend the knee and just stay down. Just stay there. Don't move. Don't move. Just use your hands as much as you can. Push this way. I mean, this is terrible. Arch your back. Okay, stop. So we got a lot of work to do. Let's look at this from the side as well, babe, so they can look at how the back angle should be. Hold. Go ahead. Arch the back. Bend the fucking knee. Bend the fucking knee. Arch. Arch your back. Arch. Don't let this go over your... Yeah, stay in the center. I'm aggressive because he's younger. He should be able to do this, so I'm going to be more aggressive with him. Good. You want that knee. Don't let that knee cross the center line of the foot. I mean, this is terrible, man. So, like, he wants to fix his back. He's got to start getting stronger. Deadlifting, that's what we're going to do on Thursday with him. But he needs to start just getting stronger now. Do you see that's where you want to be at? Rest. So he needs to be, you got to take a break. Just go over there, brother. Just go right over there. Yeah. So when he's doing this, he needs to be able to, as soon as he's going like this to try to use his quad, he needs to push his hips back and get into his glute here. But as soon as he does this, he starts shaking. Let's do the other side. Put this back. Lean over. Right there. Arch the back. There. That's pretty good. This is going to go back this way. Don't see how that knee's right over the center of the foot. Good. That's much better. This side's a little bit stronger. Correct? It's stronger.
Yeah.
Why? Look, whenever I play a sport, I'm going to land on the left leg. I'm going to pivot. I'm going to do a single leg RDL every freaking time. Every time I do anything, if I'm boxing, I throw my right hand. Single leg RDL every time. That's why he's stronger on the left. So his low back problem is really coming from the right side, not having that pivot and rotation over here. Okay, good. Rest. So 1 set on that side and 3 sets or 4 sets twice a week on the other side. Let's do the right side again. Let's try to just get in position. Remember, you can hold yourself into position as much as you want. Go ahead. Just arch and lean forward. Arch. Bend your knee, bend your knee, bend your knee. Lean forward. Right there. Just stay right there. Use your hands. Don't move. There it is. Push this out. So his knees really was like this. I'm trying to, yeah, that's much better. Just use your hands to stay in position. Yeah, good. Now is that burning like hell?
A little bit.
Well, you're shaking.
Now it is.
Okay, rest. We finally got him in position. Okay, that's good on that exercise. Nice. It's good. Good. Not bad. All right. So there's 5 main exercises in our system that you start off with. You just saw, the glute fly, the knee drop. I didn't show you the hamstring work that we do, the groin work that we do, and also the knee work that we do as well. Okay, but those are important in the grand scheme of things, as far as just getting able to lift, and be able to do squats and things like that. But in the initial stages, they're not as valuable as these glute exercises. This is a 6 exercise in phase 1 rehab, the single leg RDL, that we add on to the system once he starts getting his glute to fire. But those 5 are the priority exercises. I'm not going to go in and show you those because we have the app, so that has those different variations and the different stages with those. But I just wanted you to see the most valuable ones for him in order for him to get out of low back pain. But he did all those other ones as well. So just keep in mind, it's the full system that we're trying to do, but there are priorities that we need to address when you're dealing with a low back. So we're going to get into this. Like I said, if you're right-handed, you're always going to lead with the left leg. Most people. So they're going to be rotating this way. So your spine's constantly twisted this way. And the glute gets more developed, especially in a single leg RDL position on the left side. So we need to take him and rotate him this way. This is a strength stretch exercise. Again, yes, this is stretching you, but it's also strengthening the part of your glute to get him to rotate this way more. Okay, this is part of our alignment stretching routine, and we're going to show you that now. So we're going to go here. I'm going to show you the easy way and then the harder stage. Let's see what he's ready for. I'm going to keep his head lifted so he can lift his spine more. If I take this pad away here, okay, and he doesn't have the flexibility or strength, he's going to collapse more. So this allows him just to maintain better posture. We're going to take this. We're going to connect his knee to there, hand here, lift the chest, turn the head. Right there. Now, I don't care about how flexible you are. I care about where you feel the glute. Push up into your hand hard with the leg. Push, push, push hard, push. Find your glute. Where is it? Right about there? Right here. Yeah?
I'm kind of feeling it.
Yeah.
Right now.
Where? Here?
Like here.
That's okay. That's okay. Just, I want you to, over time, I want you to feel here, okay? But just start higher then with the knee. Good. Don't turn as much. Come up higher with the knee. Now push into your hand. Push. Feel it?
Yeah.
Okay, now he's got it. So that's where he has to start with his rotation. And he's got to stay really lifted with the chest and really try to arch that back. And then if you're not feeling it, you got to push up in your hand, dude. That's the whole point. Give me this. Push into my hand. Push, 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 push. You feel? Put the hand here. Push into my hand. Push. That's how you want to feel for 30 seconds. Push into my hand. Don't let it drop. Push, push, push. Feel it?
I still feel it like up here.
That's fine, but you need to push into your hand. Eventually it'll transfer here, okay? But you got to create strength, right? You're just sitting there and you're just going like this. If I just sit here and stretch, It's not going to strengthen the problem. I'm trying to get the hips to rotate the other way. Okay, so try it again. Just be more aggressive. And just lift your knee higher, dude. Like, just start here. Now push. Grab it. Grab it. Push. Lift your chest. Arch. Right there. Stay right there. Feel? Better?
A little bit better.
Good. So that's where he has to start. Eventually, you're going to try to recruit that whole glute. But for him, he's just got to go where he can feel it. It's okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Do the other side and watch how much of a joke the other side is. Good. Switch. Forget all this pad. You don't even need this pad. Watch. We're going to go more advanced. You don't need these pads. Nothing. Watch. And he'll be able to recruit the glute in the highest level. So the highest levels, you're going to put this foot underneath this knee. Good. Push up in your hand. Push. Lay back. Let that rotate. You got to like grab it. Yeah. Feel?
Yeah.
And now you feel it more down here, right?
Yeah, it's a little lower.
See? So he's at the highest level. Obviously, he needs to get this lower. He could still use a lot of work on this side. So I'm going to still do this with him. Watch. We're going to come here. And I'm going to still put the pad. And that should be comfortable for him to start. Good?
Yeah.
So he still has to start up a little higher. Like eventually you want to get this knee all the way down here. Okay, like an inch off the floor and be able to recruit that glute. But for him, he's going to start a little higher. So I want him to do both sides because he's weak on both sides, but I'm only going to have him do twice a week with this. And on the other side, I'm going to have him do 3 times. Again, it's a strength stretch exercise. It's not just a stretch. Feel it? Okay. Yeah. Right there. So he's got to start up a little higher. All right, let's do the other side. Just let this. Nope. Just touch that there. Grab here. Lift the knee up higher. Good. Find your glute. So see how high he's got to start. Eventually you're going to want to try to get it down here. And then you take that pad away, and then eventually you take this away too, and you cross underneath like a pretzel. But this is where you feel it?
Yeah, but it's a lot weaker.
It's a lot weaker. So this then ties into the power pigeon. This then ties into the single leg RDL. It helps to enhance and get the hips to rotate the other way. That takes all the pressure off his low back. So this is a nice tool in the arsenal. Arch, arch, lift the chest. There, lift the chest. You feel?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, switch to the other side. That's good, babe. We're done. So one of the things that Andrew couldn't do, now he can. This is about a month and a half later after I worked with him, is that he can actually keep his back somewhat flat now. Okay, show him where you were at before. Like he literally was doing that. And now show him what you can do now. Push those knees out. Go ahead. Yep. So that's like a big improvement for him that he's able to do that. And we're going to show you. Good. Keep the weight closer to your feet. Yeah, like that. Good. Good. And now go ahead, put that down and do that over there. Pick that up and do the bent over row. Good. Turn to the side and just show them your back angle. Go ahead. Show them what you were doing before, how you couldn't get down. Show them the rounded back. Okay, now show the arch. Okay, good. Up. So now he can keep a nice arch in his back. And before, go ahead, show the fold here. He can't even do it anymore. Physically he couldn't do that. So go ahead, put that back. And another thing is let's do the RDL. Good. And so now look at how nice that RDL is. Go ahead, down. Yep. I would say this is a little too far back behind you. Be more. So right now there. He's not shaking. He actually did his homework finally. He looks pretty
That's gonna
good.
be perfect.
Okay, that's good. This isn't how we got his back to arch. Okay, we needed to release his hamstring, but the hamstring stretch wasn't actually releasing. I'm going to show you what it was, but just show him where you were with the hamstring. He could only get that high because of sciatica and the pressure. Okay, now show him where you're at. Okay, that's where he's at now, but literally he could not, no matter how much he stretched it, right, it wouldn't go up any higher, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so let me show you, good. Let me show you how we got that to release so he could start going down. That's what was causing the pressure. It was so tight on his hamstring. Go ahead, come on. So this is part of our, once you're done with rehab, you know, we start getting into the strength components and just some more challenging corrective exercises. This is one you've seen. This is reverse Nordics, but I'm just going to show you a different way to think about when you're doing it. So what he wants to do is he wants to actually squeeze his butt a little bit and really arch so he can stretch the hip flexors. And if he does that, you're going to get a little wider with your knees. If he does that, then he can start releasing his hip flexor. Go ahead. And his psoas. Squeeze. Yep. That's about his max. Correct?
Yep.
Go ahead. Down. So that's how tight he is. Now just don't squeeze. Just go down. And just go down to where you can. See, I mean, he can go pretty far. But if we actually try to stretch out his psoas, go ahead. That's about where you can go to, then up. So this is actually the correct way to do a reverse Nordic if you're actually trying to correct somebody so that they're actually stretching out. So one of the things we also did is just a general knee to chest. And he was like, go ahead. It was like here, like he couldn't get it down. Now it's better. And the key with this one is I'm not letting my back round. I'm going to try to keep some pressure in my spine and keep that arch and then pull and really try to keep a straight line with my leg with the center of the chest. So if you look here, babe, if you get over top of it right from there. So he's got a nice center line here, okay, right in the inside of his chest on that leg. And this side was much tighter. The other side, the hamstring was super loose, and that's good. So he does the other side too, but those are the two ways that we got. Then that started releasing the hamstring, and then he was able to start doing this. But if you, like I always say, if you try to work on mobility and these things, they're not going to. This wouldn't have released his hamstring months ago until he got his glutes functioning correctly, got through all the stages of the program. Then we add some mobility and some other problems, you know, where he's tight, we start working on releasing those tightnesses, but you can't until you get through the initial stage of the system, or else you're just wasting time and you're going to get hurt. He does something like that with his sciatica, it's going to hurt like hell. He's going to end up re-injuring that disc. So that's why he's ready to do something like this so we can fully release him. It's good.